Welcome, Aries. We're doing a love reading for you today. We haven't done one in a while, so we are going to have a look at a love story for you. We're going to dive deeper into the energies that come out, pull you lots of clarifiers, and it is for wherever Aries is in your birth chart, sun, moon, rising sign. And if you're cross-watching, big welcome. And of course, it's a general reading, so do not take what does not resonate with you. Just leave it if it's not your story. Let's dive in. So first up, Aries, let's see what's coming towards you in love, what you're dealing with right now. Okay, some of you are connecting with someone that has quite different background to you, possibly different spiritual beliefs, could be different age, maybe from a different country, culture. And you're going through a period of forgiving and learning, so possibly going through a bit of a healing process, or there is some life lessons to learn when it comes to self as well as love. Okay, some of you have been in a connection with someone that's a past life relationship, or you've got one coming in, meaning you've known each other in a past life. And Spirit's saying this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner that you seek. So some of you are already with a soulmate. And you've also got the honeymoon card here. So some of you possibly getting married, planning a trip together. And Spirit's saying pay attention to the red flags, particularly when there's things where there's quite a few differences between you. Figuring out whether or not you're compatible. And you've also got engagement here. Your love life's ascending to a higher level of commitment. So some of you definitely in a committed partnership. And there's also codependency going on. So there's some karmic imprints playing out here. So codependency can be control issues. It can be addictions going on. It could be relationship patterns playing out that are not very healthy. And children are also a factor here. Some of you may want children. You may be blending families. And you got wedding here. So some of you are definitely in a very committed partnership. Or you're in one that's going to lead to more commitment. Well, let's pull you some guidance from the Angel Answers Oracle. Okay, Spirit's saying the angels are trying to help you with a certain connection, even if there are differences. Okay, you've got a hard no here. For those of you going through something where you're forgiving and learning from the past, so possibly gone through some kind of separation from someone, and someone here is also in health recovery, whether that's you or someone you're connecting with. Some of you need to let go of a situation, even though it may have been a past life soulmate connection. And Spirit's saying the situation will improve. Those of you that feel like you're with the person that you're meant to be with, there is going to be a deepening of commitment there. And ask for help from others if you need it. This is kind of interesting. Why is this coming out? It's maybe for some of you, if you're planning a wedding, it might be feeling a little bit overwhelming. Okay, for some of you, it's not the right time. So there's some timing issues going on, possibly delays to your plans if you're getting married. And Spirit's saying no need to worry, things will smooth out. So there could be delays to your travel plans, delays to your wedding plans. So we got two different scenarios playing out here. We've got a situation where some of you have connected with someone that's possibly red flags, or you've come out of that situation and Spirit's saying let it go. Just there's some things you need to learn from that connection. Others are in a committed partnership where there's possibly some delays going on around your wedding plans. Let's please some more guidance. Okay, Spirit's saying keep the sparks alive by doing things to surprise each other. Gestures of love. So things getting a little bit complacent. And those of you that have split up with someone or you've come out of a connection, Spirit's saying right now it's important for you to have some alone time, work through your feelings. And be aware of love's illusions. So seeing things clearly about a connection. Okay, Spirit's saying avoid settling for less than what you deserve. This is directly related to those of you where you're in a committed partnership. Possibly some timing issues going on there. Okay. Well, Spirit's saying there's a doorway opening that's going to lead you to a new person. So it's kind of interesting we've got these energies playing out here. Any guidance on that? Some of you possibly fell fast in a connection. Spirit's saying don't lose yourself in the process. And Spirit's saying your hope and optimism is a powerful love magnet for you right now. Pull some clarifiers. Spirit's saying in connections is a need for more emotional balance, understanding, having greater understanding with each other, particularly if you're dealing with someone where there's quite a lot of differences between the two of you. And if you're on your own, there's suddenly this need to figure out what are your next steps, mapping the way forward. Some of you may want to travel. You've also got wild at heart here. So there's a desire for freedom here and running away again. So there's a bit of runner-chaser energy going on here in a connection. Okay, Spirit's saying just be mindful that distractions, trying to do things that distract you, are just a temporary fix for deeper issues going on within self or in a connection. And some of you had possibly some wishful thinking about a situation, and Spirit's saying your lofty ideals have led to a letdown. So possibly need to be more realistic when it comes to love. And some of you got some prickly defenses from past hurts going on. So we could even read this as possibly there's a connection here that you thought had the potential to lead to marriage. And there's it's actually quite a bit of turmoil going on here. With some more guidance. Okay, there's a lot of chemistry and attraction. For those of you that are dealing with someone where there's a lot of differences between the two of you, or were a lot of differences between the two of you. Okay, you've got key on a ring here. So those of you that are single, needing to spend some alone time, Spirit's saying just be mindful of, these one-night stands. Key on a ring there, which is unconventional, stringing people along, having lots of options. Kind of fits into the distraction mode. You've also got paradise here. So there was a honeymoon phase here where you enjoyed each other's company. And Spirit's saying there is the possibility for Cupid's arrow to strike again for you. And some of you are either watching someone, looking at photos, reminiscing on someone from the past. So we're saying instead of doing that, learn from the past. All right, let's pull some love messages. Spirit's confirming that even though there's differences here, this is a soulmate connection. And they're saying that a relationship will deepen for you in the next few months. Something you've been waiting on. And to open your eyes, if someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. Again, you've got engagement here. So there's certainly conflicting energies going on here. high level of commitment. Some of you definitely in a partnership that has the potential to be committed. And again, we got the red flags coming out, which is paying attention to the red flags. Someone's wearing a mask in this connection. And Spirit's saying have faith. The angels are working to help this relationship flourish. All right, we need to get to the bottom of this, darlings. Let's have a look at new love here. Because some of you have connected with someone that it's kind of like it didn't go any further, or there's certainly issues going on there. Then we'll have a look at couples. Oh, you light up my heart and soul. So some of you definitely felt this was a soulmate connection. And it's new, but I have this special feeling about you. And magnetic attraction, my fire burns for you. So some of you are definitely very much into that person. Those of you now single, let's call you some guidance around that. Oh, Spirit's saying someone's caught your eye. Will you let them know? So somebody already knew on the scene. And Spirit's saying it's time for a beauty makeover, time to refresh your look. So whether you're a guy or a girl, pampering yourself. And Spirit's saying take the time to heal. You're not ready yet. So as much as you may want to push yourself out there, some of you need to do a bit of emotional healing. All right, couples, let's see what's going on over here. Oh, I have a secret, but I'm denying it. Okay, so there is some kind of deception here, whether that's on your side or their side. Oh, I could do with a little bit more loving. So someone's feeling unsupported in this connection. And you are my one true soulmate. So there's definitely a love connection there. All right, let's get to the heart of the matter. What's going on here? Spirit's saying have the difficult conversation and be honest with each other. So having the heart to heart and to focus on what's important. So possibly focusing on things that aren't important, creating issues, and somebody feels taken for granted in this connection. So that can create some resentment and separation. Okay. Those of you separated from someone, let's pull some guidance around that. Oh, I found someone new and starting again. So some of you already jumped into something, or they have. And I miss your touch holding me. So you kind of got to figure out which side of the equation you're on there. And it's complicated. I'm so confused right now. Oh, just be mindful of jumping into something too soon, because that's just a rebound. All right, let's have a look at relationship influence. It's completely up to you. All right, those of you that met somebody who you felt like was your soulmate, but there's issues going on, you're not together, let's have a look at that. Okay, again, there's recovery going on here. So there's some kind of health recovery. And there's issues around trust. And somebody needs to heal the masculine in this connection. So either the relationship to the masculine, or somebody needs to step into their personal power. Let's have a look at those of you completely single. Oh, Spirit's saying you need to focus on finding some inner peace. And again, there's trust issues going on here. So whether that's on your side or their side, and there needs to be some forgiveness here. So if you want to throw yourself out there into the dating scene, you could. We're saying you're not ready. All right. What you're going to do there is attract somebody who's imbalanced, basically, because you're imbalanced. All right, let's have a look at those of you that are still in a situation as a couple. Somebody's feeling unsupported. Needs to be a difficult conversation here. Now, Spirit's saying there's perfect timing going on in this connection. So there's certainly some issues around timing of things. And there's karmic imprints playing out. So that can be on both sides, because you bring karmic imprints, both of you, generational from into a connection. And it's a period of self-discovery. So maybe there's a focus on self there. Let's have a look at relationship influences. Firstly, for those of you where you were in a new connection and quite a lot of differences between the two of you. Okay, somebody in this connection was very generous. And appearances are important. So how you look, how they look. And intimacy was important, or there was issues around intimacy. Let's have a look at those of you completely single. Okay, Spirit's saying you're possibly career focused right now, putting yourself into career. And part of your love language is you like to receive things. So you do like to receive gifts. And again, trust has come out. Trust is a huge issue in both of these situations. All right, those of you in a connection where it is going to lead to marriage, okay, somebody needs to find some solitude here, or somebody likes their solitude. And it's a very complicated connection, Spirit's saying. It's not easy. So you may have had to overcome quite a lot of hurdles. Somebody's complicated to get to know, and someone's very much, their interests are really important to them. All right, let's put your soulmate messages. All right, firstly, for those of you where you met someone new, felt like it was your soulmate, and sort of going through a separation right now. Issues. It says, love and respect your loved one's opinions, but remain grounded in your own truth. You're both wise and beautiful souls, and everyone has a piece of the truth. So maybe you don't see eye to eye on a certain situation. Had a bit of a stalemate. Let's have a look at those of you who are completely single. It says, life is constantly changing, and yet at its core it remains the same. Love does not change, it just grows stronger. Change is simply love unfolding, its never-ending story. So Spirit is saying basically whatever, love situations you go through, it is the story of your life, right? People can be with you for a long time, a short time. It's part of your experience. All right, those of you in a connection where Spirit is saying it's going to lead to marriage. Are you ready? It says, the love that emanates from my beloved's heart is the light that stems from the mind of the God or Goddess. Through each other we become one. And I give thanks for the blessing that is you. There is a beautiful love there. Some of you have to jump through a few hurdles to get to that place of peace with each other. All right, let's put some guidance from the Whispers of Love Oracle. Firstly, for those of you that were in a new connection, felt like it was a soulmate, but it's sort of come apart. Differences between the two of you. Oh, Spirit's saying you need to consider your foundation. There's a home there. There's a couple in the foreground kind of looking at it. It says, look at how committed you are to love. So how committed were you in this connection? How committed were you able to lay a solid foundation? Let's have a look at those of you completely single. All right, let's fly now. Oh, Spirit's saying and asking you to have faith right now in this situation. You're exactly where you're meant to be right now. There's a lot of butterflies there that are going to lead to transformation. All right, those of you in a committed partnership where Spirit's saying it is going to lead to marriage. There is a beautiful love here. It's a little complicated. Timing issues going on. Oh, Spirit's saying actions speak loudly. So express your love through actions, which is doing things for your partner. Perhaps, possibly, maybe that's their love language or your love language. All right, let's put your message from the Lovers Oracle. Firstly, for those of you where you need to consider the foundation of this connection. New love where it seems to have come adrift due to differences. Just really thinking about it. There we go. Okay, they're facing each other. Again, Spirit's saying it's a soulmate connection. It says your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this and they will manifest physically. So perhaps you can sort of feel each other's energy. All right, those of you completely single. Okay, Got one here where they're kind of holding each other, and it's about friendship. It says, nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship, and your love life will dramatically improve. So spending time together as friends. If you're meeting somebody new. All right, let's have a look at those of you in a committed partnership here. Will lead to marriage. Okay, there's a tree of life coming out here. And Spirit's saying you're about to manifest miracles. It says your dream is soon to become a reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. So if your dream is to get engaged and married, Spirit's saying it's coming. Just a matter of timing. All right, those are your messages. Take it easy. And for now, much love, much light. Namaste.